Good
Welcome
day.
to the Rage Killer stream. Oh, wait. No.
Hey, screw you. This is the last episode, damn it. So, yes, I am joined by...
Me. Sorry. Yes, and Ray.
So, wait, if you're Rage, so that means you know how to field strip a HK USP, correct?
I can watch a YouTube video on it. Sounds like a plot twist to like a really crappy movie. Your one friend is like 4 different people. Actually, that might be interesting. Anyways.
Oh, and for those just tuning... No, we go on?
We are Legion.
No, not Mass Effect 2.
No, not that. Biblical Legion. You know, the actual good.
Alright, so all I had to do is hit that one button. It goes to show you how tired I was last week. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, this week has been tough.
Is your face tired?
Everything's tired. But I have successfully made it through another 10-hour-a-day work week, which is good. And I'm probably gonna die. Fucking imps.
I'll be back.
Don't leave. No, don't go. And hello, Texorm, and hello, Hunter McDaniel. If it was Hunter McDonald's, then we'd know where all that meat comes. Actually, you know what? If we knew where the McDonald's meat came from, it wouldn't be so bad.
We do, and it's not so good either.
See, that's probably going to be another one of those challenge videos where I have to eat, like, the McDonald's chicken nuggets. Oh, that's not going to be fun. I haven't had a McDonald's chicken nugget in, like... Oh, God damn it. Over, like, 5 years, I think. And... Good evening, Foxcell. In London, watch out for random acid attacks. But yeah.
I can't joke too hard. My ex was from Wales, so.
So, chicken nuggets.
I'm back. The chicken nuggets, what?
We're talking about red slime.
Oh, pink slime, but yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Red slime.
It sounds like a movie. And I'm doing quite well, Epic Jason.
We're talking about Ghostbusters 2?
Okay.
I was thinking more the Blob.
The Blob.
Remake.
The Blab.
The 80s remake is excellent.
Oh yeah, speaking of horror and things of that nature, I had a dream last week where I was watching a TV show where Norman Bates was basically the Punisher. He wasn't a psycho in the respect that he killed random people, but that he killed criminals. It was actually kind of hilarious, too, how well detailed that dream was. Because it was basically...
That sounds kind of amazing. So it'd just be the Punisher only with split personality disorder?
Well, he didn't even have split personality. It was just Norman Bates with the
that's
Punisher.
no fun.
Well, I didn't write it, or maybe my subconscious did. Blame them.
My name is Norman Bates.
So, yeah. Really, you could actually turn Norman Bates into the Punisher, because if you look at the TV show Bates Motel, there's a lot of, like, crime plots and things of that nature, so it'd be easy to see him do that. And, like, there was one scene in the dream, because, yes, there were multiple scenes in the dream. Him and Sheriff Romero both had shotties and were, like, shooting at something, but I can't remember what that thing was.
So, who was playing Norman?
The dweeby-looking kid, whatever the hell his name is. The guy who played the autistic doctor. And also Norman Bates. Whatever that guy's name is. Normie McNormanstein. Let's see. Recently found a cool budget AK called the AKG-47. Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's made by the AK guy. Yeah, it's okay parts-wise.
But see, that's something that... oh yeah, did I mention that last week? I don't know. That's the thing. I can't remember what I talk... Because I think I talk about a lot of stuff with other people during the week. So I forget what I actually streamed. But most notably, there's a film called Brightburn that I think released last week. I think.
It's Freddie Highmore played Norman on the Bates Motel.
Okay, yeah, it was that guy.
He was also in like Charlie and Chocolate Factory remake and Son of Rambo and all kinds of stuff.
Wait, Son of Rambo?
It's a British film about a kid who watches First Blood and he like writes his own little sequel using his imagination.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. It exists.
Oh, speaking of Son of Rambo, Rambo First Blood Part 5 is coming out at some point. All I can say is Sylvester Stallone is looking kind of old, but, you know, if he can do it.
I heard he tore himself up pretty bad doing that, so yeah.
Well, Final Blood. Will there be Final Blood Part
Last
2?
Blood.
Oh, Last Blood.
Clearly it'll be After Blood. Or Last Blood Part 2, yeah.
I'm gonna try to resist making horrible jokes here.
Let's see.
Are you gonna go back to Afghanistan and fight the Russians again?
Hey, why
The
not?
most boring fight ever. Russians aren't in Afghanistan. They just said, nope, this is our version of Vietnam. Screw this noise.
Yeah, that is one of those places where you don't want to have to try to fight any sort of war, because even if you blow everything up, it's still just as bad as it ever was.
The Rambo 3 was fun, but definitely the weakest of the movies.
Hey, but I did like the line, fuck 'em, and then he
Yeah.
launches a grenade, even though that doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever.
No, it's an amazing 80s action film.
It's the tail end of the 80s.
Yeah.
Alright, we're almost done, I think. We're getting
And,
close to it.
The spoof in Hot Shots Part 2 is amazing.
Oh,
I see you're no stranger to pain. I was married twice. Ooh.
The only thing I remember about that film is the brunette chick was hot. That was it. That's literally all I remember about that movie.
You don't remember the kill count and, you know, the mountain of brass?
33 in a few days. Not bad. I'm still thankfully 30.
Not for long.
Major Pain. I remember that movie. It had the guy in. Oh crap! Fucking shit. That's not the weapon I wanted. Well, that escalated quickly. I probably should. I blame the chat. I always blame the chat.
What's really great about Hot Shots Part 2 is the fact that Charlie Sheen actually got ripped for the role.
Really? That wasn't like a muscle suit.
No, he pumped it up.
Wow.
That's dedication to a parody film.
You know, parody films really are dead. You know, because back then you
All the
had.
writers are gone.
No, wait, go on.
It's all the writers are gone.
It must be, because they can't write a parody film to save the line. It's like Hot Shots was actually pretty funny. Loaded Weapon? It was one that had.
Yeah, that's the Lethal Weapon spoof.
Yeah, but which is the one with Leslie Nielsen then?
Naked Gun.
Yeah, Naked Gun series, which is great, but you look at it now a lot differently, knowing that O.J. Simpson's in it.
Yeah.
I just try to ignore that when I watch it.
That's a funny thing about O.J. Simpson. I mean, can you imagine if he actually had become, you know, the Terminator? That movie would. Let's just put it this way: in Terminator Dark.
He made a killing in comedy.
Oh my!
Horrible series of puns.
Hey, we're almost reaching Japanese levels.
Now that I've seen Naked Gun's playing out in my head when he's like, drugs. It'll take me a while. It'll take me a while.
But yeah, let's see. Brightburn. I have not actually seen it, but literally talking about it next to the water cooler. Oh my god, I've become a true office worker. It sounds like it is basically an Avatar press comic, but a movie. That is pretty much what it evidently is. There's evidently a scene where like this woman gets like some glass in her eye and she like pulls it out, which sounds pretty cringy, but not in a bad way. But for those who don't know, Avatar Press is a comics imprint, I think is what you'd call it, or something along those lines. It's a comics company that basically specializes in, shall we say, dark comic books. Basically, is there a Hell Knight behind me? No, but basically dark comic books where there's a lot of blood, a lot of gore, a lot of really depressing stories. And I think there were like 3 main writers that did stuff for them that were all from like Northern Ireland.
Oh, it makes sense because Northern Ireland is kind of gray and depressing.
Well, there is that. It's kind of fitting because like all the comics they did were like depressing. It's like Super God, everybody dies. Black Summer, basically Superman kills the president, and there's a major aftermath after that. Let's see. There were some other ones too. There was Uber, which I kind of tried to get into, but ultimately grew bored with it. Especially when the biggest problem with Uber that I had was at first it actually made some internal logical consistency, but as time went on, it got a little dumb. Unless the Ubers can literally manufacture Germans, there's not enough Germans to invade America and hold any territory in the year 1945. Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty much dealing with 1 German per county. Not enough Germans.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of annoying. And hello, Tim McAndrew, the basic version of the V-Wings from Rogue Squadron Deluxe. What? The 2 Scary Movies were brilliant. I did not like Scary Movie 2. I thought Scary Movie 1 was okay.
Wow, yeah, oh my god, I actually like 3 and 4 better. I don't know, hate the first 2.
Not a fan.
The last decent spoof film I saw was Superhero Movie, which has nothing to do with those other date movie, those ones. These ones are actually made by people who did like airplane stuff.
Oh yeah, that superhero movie. I still want to see that, but I have not yet.
It was surprisingly funny.
I'm a Mel Brooks fan and always will be.
Well, can't disagree there.
Yeah, I'll say.
I'd also recommend Life Stinks, which is kind of an underrated comedy that he stars in.
I have never heard of it. Now, there's another parody that's pretty good, and that's the Omen parody that was actually pretty good.
The Omen parody.
I think it's like Little Evil, if I'm not mistaken.
No, whoa. Okay. Big warning here. Little Evil, yeah, don't go looking that up on Google. That's, I guarantee you that's not the name.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's linked to something which is, kind of illegal in a few states.
Oh. Oops.
No, it's called Little Evil, 2017.
Oh, wow. How unfortunate, because there's, another Little Evil I really do not recommend you look up at all.
And you know,
there's another spoof film too. It was called Hell Baby. I think that one was actually a little better than Little Evil, but they were both good.
Hell Baby A. Little Evil is a... Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what I was like, whoa! Brakes!
Okay. I guess this is a Christian Doom, sir. Oh.
This is a Christian YouTube channel. Sorry, I can't even say that without laughing.
Kill Satan and not say, avoid that. No, we do not go there. We don't go to Ravenholm.
Yeah, Ravenholm sucks. All they have are like saw blades.
Hey, that was like the better parts. And then it ended.
You know, I'll be honest.
Anyways, do we have to? I feel like we're going to the Half-Life well too much.
I know, it's just so easy to make fun of. I mean, lovingly.
There we go. He's mocked Duke.
I'm gonna eventually live stream Duke Nukem Forever. It's just gonna take me like time. Crap!
Should we place bets whether or not he'll end up some type of DLC character for Borderlands 3?
Oh crap! Crap! Oh wait, I got
out of ideas. This is the same guy who thought Rule 34 would save Battleborn.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, poor Battleborn. It lasted a grand total of no time. Shit. I forgot how difficult this final part was. I'll check the chat as soon as I'm not raped by the Spider Woman. Speaking of Spider Women that are annoying, Silk Spider is annoying. like, for those who don't know what that is, basically it's a Spider-Woman that is better than Spider-Man in every way and makes Spider-Man horny when she shows up. I'm not joking. This actually predates the... No, go on.
One of the worst characters Marvel... Well, Marvel-y, because it wasn't Marvel. Ever came out with.
It actually kind of predates the SJWization of Marvel. Or the greater SJWization of it, then.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, that's a cancer that has been infecting Marvel since before Disney bought them.
No. See, I thought that was something that was one of the things. Spiders are annoying. Let's see, Little Evil, Tiny Evil. Oh, that's even worse. No, yeah, there really is no water in Doom 3, is there? I never even looked at that.
The plumbing is immaculate. Too bad nobody ever uses it.
Randy Pitchford and his porn files. Oh, wait, was there something discovered about him now? Some sort of Me Too thing?
Actually...
Let's lie and make something up. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not. I'll give you the truth on that one.
Randy Me Too? Oh my god. Sorry.
No, he wasn't Me Too yet. Yet being the operative word. He lost a thumb drive which contained a lot of material for the new Borderlands title, as well as some questionable pornography. Really? Unfortunately, it was returned to him instead of given to the police.
Well, yeah, because they wanted to play Borderlands 3, so, we can't give that to the popos.
Well, no, it wasn't a playable game. It was basically just, dev data. It's useless otherwise.
No. Also, here we got the Doomslayer. Old Flynn is locked up in that thing. It's kind of interesting, though, that we have this here, because for the longest time, it's like, who was in there? Now we know who it is, and now we know
Randy's one of those people that should really stay off Twitter, but then again, Twitter's actually a good thing, because it actually shows his true colors.
Yes. But we're talking about something happy, goddammit. The fucking Doomslayer's sarcophagus. Chamber of the Hero. It's kind of interesting this how they were able to weld this onto the rest of the games, though. So, what we're in right now, is another universe of Doom, whereas the original Doom character is in there, and then he shows up in Doom 2016. Of course, the sarcophagus, I think, looks a little different in Doom 2016. Although, I'm not sure. This looks consistent with Doom 2016. I think.
Oh, you also got the fact that in Doom 2016 they tried to explain the icon of sin.
Which was interesting in and of itself. Too bad the gameplay wasn't that amazing, but whatever. We need not let that concern us too much. Oh, yeah, this is... We're actually only been recording for 18... Oh, it's been 18 minutes. Wow, the time went by fast. And hello, Sean B. And yes, this design of the Cyberdemon is pretty cool. It's a lot more unique than 2016's is, that's for sure. Well, I instantly move on to Oroio. I move to it. I don't know. Maybe... What do you guys think?
Don't know.
Wrong.
Well, that doesn't help me very much. It comes down to, are you going to have the energy for it? If so, why not? If not, save it.
I think I'll have enough energy to play ROE for a little bit. Now I gotta try to remember where that secret is in here, because there's actually a secret you can find. Let me save just in case. Where you can find a PDA with, like, thank you messages from the id Software dev team. And I did not find that on my own. I found it in the, not instruction manual, the strategy guide. It's somewhere over here. No, it's not over here, because, like, there's a... Oh, yeah, here is a... I think that's a reference to the original Wall of Faces, or that could just look somewhat similar. But that texture definitely looks like it's a reference to Doom 1 in some ways. Yes, I'm talking about an individual texture. What of it? Ah, here it is. So you hit the id Software logo. And away you go. The PDA from id Software. Well, this is just kind of depressing in and of itself. Back when id Software was really a thing and not just a name.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about PDAs again.
No. So we got Adrian Carmack, John Carmack, Kevin Cloud, Tom Hollandhead.
Remember the Palm Pilot?
Tim Willits.
Yes, actually, I owned one.
I have a Pocket PC somewhere.
I didn't need to find my Palm Pilot. I've got an Angel app to update for a customer.
I think it's a compact. I don't know. I believe I flashed Linux on it, and then I just never used it again because I had no use for it.
Yeah, that's always one of those things where, like, stuff like that seemed useful at the time. It likely was, but now it's just so obsolete. Okay, here we got the Cyber Demon. I love how Doom Guy always has the shotgun in all of his cutscenes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He looks up.
Shotgun is like the #1 weapon when it comes to stuff in horror and whatnot, in sci-fi.
Except for a 30-foot tall giant monster. Except the textures are freaking out on him because this is being emulated via the Xbox 360. Okay, so the biggest problem with this boss fight is the fact that it's not really a boss fight. So what you got to do is all you do is hit the Cyber Demon in the face multiple times with the Soul Cube, and that's it. So it's not particularly difficult. So we're gonna smack him with it. Then we're just gonna blast a few. Whoa! I just got stepped on. Well, that never. I swear that's never happened. I swear.
What's happening now?
Yeah, Trent Reznor. Yeah, I have heard about that. Now,
we did all the soundtrack and the sound effects for Quake.
And evidently they cut it from this game?
No, they just decided not to go with it. They already had a musician who was like, okay.
I believe he quit or something. There was some kind of hubbub that happened.
Yeah. I see if Twitter and Facebook had existed, we'd know all about it. There'd be like multiple YouTube videos with like clickbait titles of Trent Reznor leaves Doom 3.
I think they just parted ways.
Yeah, but you know they'd have that. Because, like, that...
Here's a wiki on it.
Although, speaking of things that should probably not be posted to Facebook, yeah. Seems Jamie Marchi has got no other choice. She had to make an appearance.
Who?
Kick Vic.
Oh.
She's basically got her lawyer on it, which... If she had a lawyer up until this point, she didn't listen to said lawyer, because this is just, it's bad.
I've avoided all of that. Joe Rogan bought a T1 line to play Quake death matches. I'm not sure who Joe Rogan is or what a T1 line is, but I guess that's good.
This is way back when, but yes, he did. And he wasn't that bad.
But who's Joe Rogan?
Anyway, ex-MMA fighter, currently one of the larger podcasters.
Oh, is he like an SJW or something?
Oh, quite the opposite. The only thing he shares in common with the left is that he has a love for marijuana.
Oh, okay. Live with Reeds. Okay, I think we gotta hit him like 3 times. Oh, crap. There we go. And chuck it at him. Although it looks like it almost looks like the Cyber Demon gets a bit smaller as you get away from him. To the point where he really should look a lot bigger, since he is supposed to be 30 feet tall. And like you'd think that Hell technology would be a little bit better than a steam engine, but whatever. He just likes to roll coal, I suppose.
30 feet tall. He's going by professional wrestling rules to round up.
But
I had to look. I could have sworn I read somewhere that after Doom 3 just has anything for id Sense. I don't know if there was bad blood between them or what.
Yeah, that's kind of tough because Trent really doesn't talk too much about his personal life.
see, that's what I like about some of those celebrities. It's where they don't become part of the political spectacle. Oh, crap. My phone's going off.
If I find the article, I'll share it.
Okay,
I'm
give
reading
me
it a while ago.
the thing. Actually, this boss fight's a little bit better than I remember. I think I'd played... The last time I played this, I bet I had played this game so much that it just seemed boring. You know, like, after I played it, like, for the billionth time.
And Jason, the reason why is because there's a lot of SJWs that previously we didn't think were SJWs, but they come out, it's like, suddenly they're super about authoritarianism.
Which is hilarious. Oh, well that's good. One moment, ladies and gentlemen.
See, Lotz will question if everyone else is an SJW, so nobody can question it if he is. John.
Maybe.
We're on to you, Lotz.
Oh, I see. Yes, down with the guns and all of the freedoms. Okay, one minute.
No one's saying ever.
Be entertaining. I'll be right back.
Entertaining.
Yeah. Well, never mind. I'm already back.
Well, hell.
1 minute, ladies and gentlemen.
And yeah, back then a T1 line was definitely the thing to have. Expensive as hell, but definitely the thing to have. The only way you could get such down here back then was pretty much had to be on the Air Force Base. Otherwise, you're SOL.
Yeah, I didn't even know what such a thing even was back then. Oh, and half the time I'm just joking about SJWs. I don't really care that much, to be perfectly honest. And I have not tried this co-op at all. And hello, Corey. Alright. Oh, life, it just never stops, does it? Never stops. Never stops. It'll happen to you!
Dun dun dun. Well, apparently it's already happened to him.
Alright, so he cut his leg off. So now my question is this. If you had a battle mech, would it be able to take on the Cyber Demon?
I'm pretty darn sure 2 charged PPC shots to the dome would it pretty much ended.
Now that I'd like to see. See, I actually know what that is, because I've been reading the Battletech books. And speaking of which, I just want to show off this box, goddammit. Does that not look awesome or what? You know, this is how you make a game box. I mean, that practically sells it on its own. Oh yeah, this is the end of the game, by the way. Doom guy survives, but we never know what happens to him. In the Doom Arenas fan film, what you do get to see is he basically gets sucked up to the Quake 3 Arena universe and ends up becoming a fighter there. That was a great little fan film, but never got a sequel, unfortunately.
The thing is, if you get sucked up there, he's essentially immortal. I mean, you can die as many times as you want. They'll keep bringing you back.
Yeah, it was actually kind of driving him crazy a little bit.
Oh no, it's a Cyber Demon, watch out, I'll ask you for your ASL.
Well then, we're going to have to stop the third Cyber Demon.
Wait, he's selling AOL? No! Could a Metal Gear kill a Cyber Demon? Probably.
Depends on which Metal Gear. If we're talking Rex, it would be a hard fight because the Rex has to charge up that railgun.
I can see the frame rate struggling on the Xbox.
Yes, it does.
But at the time, I think the Xbox version was probably one of the more affordable ways to play this game. Because I remember you had to really have a beefy PC at the time to play this.
And mine certainly was not. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done with the stream. Instead, we've got to just play some basic Doom. Because I want to have ROE be its own thing and not connected to the Doom 3 thing. So we'll play a few more bits of play a little bit of classic Doom just to round out the whole stream. So yeah, what did you all think of Doom 3?
A very solid game. A bit of a departure from the standard, what we'd come to expect, but overall, it's held itself up pretty well.
Rage?
It's fine. I think it's one of those games where it's kind of gotten better with age in a way, especially with the mods and stuff.
For me, I feel like it was good to begin with. I really quite liked it both back in the day and now. It's just
I think people were too harsh on it when it came out.
I didn't know they were. I had no clue. I thought everybody liked it.
Well, you were 5 years younger than I was, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's good. Especially good co-op or single player. So, most of the nitpicks are people complaining this in the dark and that the way the engine worked and stuff, the enemies always spawned behind you and it was always kind of boo around every corner, those kind of nitpicks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And it wasn't as fast as the originals,
Yeah.
But I think overall the series is held up well and nothing wrong with being a bit different.
Exactly.
And Epic Jason, to answer your question, I'm going to say Doom 64.
Crap, is this not going to pick up D? Capture specific window. GZ Doom. God damn it, it's going to do that again. Yeah,
And Tech Storm, if FA or Burst Fire were legalized, nothing would change. Only the prices would go down. That's it.
Okay. There.
I mean, you still have people like me buying semi-autos, and because I like hitting things as opposed to making a lot of noise and using my wallet very quickly.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, it'd be cool, but it's one of those things. It's just not really that necessary. Okay, what we're looking at here is the Doom tribute level pack. Marcus Williams, facility technician. That's why you've got a very beefy face and that rifle. In case you're wondering.
Sigil is free today.
Is this a tribute to the greatest game in the world?
Maybe. Fortunately,
Well, it's not the greatest game in the world. It's just a tribute.
Yes. What's free, Rain?
Sigil is available free now. I think it's the 31st.
I will have to take a look at that at some point. Doom 3 or Doom 64. For me, it's Doom 3. I didn't like Doom 64 that much. Stream manipulation of burst firearms. Yes, it's not necessary. And that sounds cool, Epic Jason. I would like to get me one of those air speeders at some point.
Very cool.
I've not been paying attention to this story like at all. Good luck and open the access door. So yeah, there's no music for some reason. Did I turn the music down? I'm assuming I did. Yeah, I did. So it's just the basic Doom 2 music, but whatever. I didn't like the Doom 2 music nearly as much as I did, Doom 1's. Just never really got much into it. I don't think this is the mod levels, because yeah, I guess it is, because this is substantially different, but this is more the Doom 2 mod levels. Holy crap! I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that didn't end well. Okay, come on. Open the door. I need to start saving. Let's see. Quickest way to Crystal Lake. Now, here's a question.
You take I-20 until you reach the 240 overpass and go ahead and hang a left. Oh, and bring a chainsaw.
Yeah. Although the better question is, could a battle mech kill Jason?
Oh, very easily. They'd be Red Mist.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I think
another-
that fan film might be coming out this month.
Oh yeah, the one with
Vengeance.
yeah.
Yes, our co-host of the podcast is in it.
Now, what
Well,
exactly?
brief cameo. Well, sorry, what were you asking, Lotz?
No, what was he actually playing as?
You know what? I should have asked. I know he was supposed to play a younger version of the sheriff that was played by the guy who played Jason Part 2, but
Oh, that
I
guy.
believe they changed it, yeah. But I know CJ Graham is going to be in it, played Jason Part 6, and he's going to be playing, like, the Jason's dad, and I guess this is going to be like a sequel to Part 6, so it sounds interesting.
Hmm.
They actually got a real budget for it, and so, yeah, who knows?
A real budget? Oh my god! You mean they're not using, bats on strings? Speaking of bats on strings, one of the 2020 things I'm planning to do is a review of AVGN the movie. Yes, I'm going to find...
That's a funny typo. Elsa Voorhees. No, this is some kind of Frozen crossover.
Oh god.
Sounds like something Robot Chicken would do.
It's like, let it grow, or let it go. I forget what the stupid song was about.
Let it flow, as in regards to blood.
Yeah, I almost took my drink out when you said let it grow.
Let it grow. I assume it's something else. I saw Frozen once back when it came out.
Is that the adult parody?
No, let it grow in regards to hatred.
Disney. Does Retribution feel like Doom 64, or does it feel like Doom 2 with the Doom 64 texture pack? I don't know, I haven't played that in I don't know if I've ever even played that. I don't remember it.
I'd say it feels more like Doom 2 with a bit more polished up, swanky graphics.
Meanwhile, I'm just playing this mod that is actually quite good. At least the water looks more like water, but it looks kind of gray.
Well, we don't know what chemicals they're pumping.
This is supposed to be the future. Because my problem with the Doom future is it's supposed to be like the 2600s somehow. It just seemed kind of like you're going a little too far in the wrong direction. Oh, but BattleTech, ladies and gentlemen, that is something I'm going to start in 2020. Basically, it's a tabletop miniatures game. Trying to explain that to somebody is not an easy prospect, though. What's also not easy is...
I've been trying it for 30 years.
I imagine it'd be much more... See, it's like talking to people who actually know gaming. It's kind of easy, but people who don't know anything about gaming, it's probably not an easy prospect.
Well, the good news is...
Hold on, I'll be back. Be entertaining.
Anywho, I've been trying to explain MechWarrior off and on for literally 30 years. I've been playing it since I was very young. A lot of novels, a lot of books, a whole lot of video games, some of them mixed bag, and battle pods. Always awesome. Mixed drawn covers. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what to feel about Killer Instinct 2013. I'm kind of torn on it. Part of me likes it, part of me is like, I still never fully embraced the idea of dial a combo. John's answering a phone call. He's got a few things to deal with, real life wise. Not bad things to deal with, but things to deal with. Kind of important, I think I have to take care of this business. I can't ignore it. Massive diarrhea. Should have had that Taco Bell.
Oh, the Djinn? That would be awesome. If they actually did a proper Wishmaster movie based off the first two, at least.
That could be cool. If you hear screams for God, and horrible splatting noises, the diarrhea thing's true. Otherwise, we're gonna assume it's not. I don't know. I'd like to see a fan film, and this is gonna sound stupid, goofy, and I'll admit it is both stupid and goofy. I would like to see a fan film made.
All right, hopefully now I'll be able to actually do something. Oh god, am I gonna get demonetized?
No, this is actually safe for monetization.
One can only hope.
No, it's completely safe for monetization. I've seen a lot worse that had, full ads and YouTube support.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What did I miss?
We're just explaining what happened to you.
Oh dear. Let's see that. Joined up with Atlas Plug, whatever that is. I think Retribution is better than EX. Okay, they must not have seen massive diarrhea. Oh. So see, any horror villain I'd love to play the Jit. Oh yeah, the Wishmaster series. I need to review that at some point. Bad meat in the work fridge. I don't even use that refrigerator. Like, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. All I ever do is just, keep my shit stored where, no one can touch it.
Wait, if you talk Wishmaster, can I join?
Let's see why not.
Just the first two, please.
I was going to originally do a Wishmaster review many, many years ago, but a bunch of stuff came up. Because I really wanted to cut some of the scenes with Kazam. Actually, I'm no longer... Wait, go on?
I think Wishmaster was great. There's like so many cameos of other people in horror movies. Kane Hodder gets squished by the...
I knew something wasn't right when I arrived home. The nearby city was burning. Fires erupted from multiple structures. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The demons had invaded Earth and were wreaking havoc. Marcus told me the Demon's Gateway was within that same city and at the UX teleportation complex. I had to get to the complex and shut it down for good. Otherwise, humanity itself would perish. Wow, Doom Guy's kind of poetic, isn't he?
Little did he know, the demons had invaded. He had just teleported to Detroit.
The most messed up wish in that movie, though, is when the hobo guy's like, I wish you die of cancer.
Oh yeah, and then he dies from rapid onset cancer.
That actor that plays the hobo and everything.
Yeah, he's dead now, unfortunately. The hobo actor without a shotgun. Oh yeah, hobo with a shotgun is basically a...
Segue, huh?
Well, it just reminded me. Yeah, because hobo with a shotgun is basically a Avatar Press comic, but turned into a movie. When you think Avatar Press, you think of something kind of like that.
I was going to say it's kind of like a trauma movie with a budget.
I guess you could say.
True.
But sticking on with the comic thing, with Brightburn is such an Avatar Press comic, it's not even funny. I thought one of those Northern Ireland guys had actually wrote it, but evidently not. It was the Guardians of the Galaxy people. But it is exactly an Avatar Press comic, to a T. Because in that particular film, there's hints that there's other villain characters that are basically villainous versions of heroes. There's a Aquaman analog that kills people, and a Wonder Woman analog that also kills people. I think I'm not sure if it's Avatar Press, but the most popular, I guess you could say, dark superhero comic would be The Boys, which is basically where all the superheroes are complete psychotic assholes, but are popular. They have sort of a public persona that's all nice and, happy, but behind the scenes they're just hedonistic and terrible. There's going to be an animated series. Not animated. An animated series. No, there's going to be a Amazon series based upon that. Now, the big problem is
cheaper for them to make it an animated series.
Hey, what?
It might be cheaper for them to make it an animated series.
Yeah, it would be much more dynamic than what it's probably going to be. However, I gotta say this, though. It's already looking like it's going to be as nasty as... Actually, I think it's even nastier than the comic. That's one of the big pitfalls of having a really good memory. So I watched the trailer, right, for The Boys. They basically have some chick crushing some dude's head with her thighs. And you see the brain pop out and everything. So, yeah. I thought that was kind of nasty. Now, The Boys is about as nasty as that, though. Case in point, literally the first couple panels, the main character has his girlfriend utterly crushed in front of him, and he's left holding her severed hands.
Does the brain pop out and, like, fly across the room?
No, it's not like The Fly 2. But, yeah, I mean, when you talk Avatar press or anything like that, you can expect to see extreme violence. Uber, when the first couple issues were pretty violent, to the point where one of the main good guy heroes basically gets utterly mutilated by like this National Socialist superhero. And what ends up happening is they can't kill him because he's basically, superhuman, right? So in order to, well, they do kill him, but they can't just kill him normally. They got to kill him like the worst way possible. So what do? They have to literally drill into his skull with an industrial drill. And oh yes, you see it. You see it. So that's Avatar Press in a nutshell. It's not really fun. It's definitely comics for, like the emo kids. It's like life is pain, life is pain, nothing but pain, man. Or boring.
This generation, we just had Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Which I've heard of but never have actually seen.
Imagine the same level of violence, but with more of a twisted, slightly mental humor skit to it.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know, that could potentially work. I've just never been a big fan of stuff like that. As I've often said, I'm just a fan of good old-fashioned hero stuff most of the time.
I'm gonna get some heresy points for this, but Superman v Batman, as in terms of, better written character, I'm gonna have to go with Superman. Sorry. I know there's this huge period of where it's like, oh, let's see what superpower I can pull out of my butt. But when he's written properly, Superman's just a better character.
Well, he definitely can do more, but he's almost never written properly. The only time Superman, I think, ever had really good writing was in the Superman animated series. That will always be my favorite.
I'll do that.
And
I will thoroughly agree to that.
He was nerfed just enough to where he could be entertaining to watch. Although, I remember when the show first came out, Superman the Animated Series, I didn't really like him that much. And that was because I felt like he was too nerfed. Because it's like, well, wait, Christopher Reeve, he can do this, but why can't this Superman do that? But then again, I was a kid, so there's that. And most people today haven't even seen the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Both Superman and Batman get absolutely and utterly written wrong all the time. You have the, Batman doesn't kill. Horse crap. Batman's killed several times in violent and brutal ways. That are, Batman, he doesn't have any superpowers. Okay, but he's got a Deus Ex Machina belt.
The Bat Carousel Reversal Spray. Oh, crap. This is much more difficult than Base Doom 2. And they don't give you hardly any ammo in this. Okay, save. But this is a really good mod pack. Okay, let's check the chat. Dying by thick girl thighs. I don't think you'd like to go that way, but it'd probably be fast, though. Just saying. Yeah, LPs just don't get the views anymore. That's why I do streams. An MST3KS series reviewing obscure dollar store movies. That sounds like it'd be very painful.
It could be good, but the hardest thing about such like that is you're going to have to find, I hate to say this, you're going to have to find another platform other than YouTube.
Hey, I found the original RoboCop on Blu-ray for $1 at a dollar store, so...
Yeah, there are some good things you can find at the dollar store.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Lotz, have you ever seen the Phantasm series?
I have not.
Oh, you need to see that.
I don't think I've even really
Pardon
heard
my
of it.
language for about a second, but that's the good shit. You need to see that.
What's it about? Crap.
Oh,
Does
let's
he have
see.
a mask? Shit.
No, it's essentially it's not like the Batman Phantasm.
Maybe
the
sort of
fir-
like the G. Well, kind of, sort of, the G-Man in Half-Life. Only, not quite, but probably one of the inspirations.
Hmm.
Oh,
That
it's definitely an
and-
inspiration. Imagine
That and the Smoking Man from X-Files.
Yeah. Imagine the G-Man appearing as a near 7 foot tall, lanky, and quite intimidating mortician.
Oh.
A trans-dimensional being that,
Well, don't give it all away.
yeah.
Remember, he hasn't seen the first film yet.
Yeah, so. Although, even if it's spoiled a little bit.
The main hero uses a 4-barreled shotgun.
Yeah.
So, wait, did Chiappa quadruple threat then? We're taking
It's a custom jobby.
A what?
It's a custom job.
Oh. It's like. I assume that Chiappa cripple threat, eh?
There's evil Jawas in it.
Now that sounds interesting. But aren't Jawas technically true neutral?
Silver balls that have blades on them that...
Yeah, if you like the cerebral bore from Turok 2, this is the movie you got it inspired from.
There's people that write theses on this film, so like how it's all in the character's head and stuff. There's like so many different interpretations of these movies.
Wow.
Well, yeah, it's because the first film on its own is great. When you start stacking the other films, it actually becomes surprisingly deep.
Have you
It's
seen?
just supposed to be horror entertainment. It actually gets sci-fi
Have you s-
levels of deep.
Have you seen Bubba Hotep or Beastmaster?
I haven't seen Beastmaster, but I watched Bubba Hotep.
Same director.
Okay. Bubba
You see
Hotep.
Beastmaster. It's classic 80s cheese.
I
But
thought it
it's
was a TV series, though.
TV series is alright. It's not really memorable.
Just watch the first movie. Don't
Yeah.
watch the sequels.
Oh yeah,
First-
through the Tunnel of Time or something, right?
The first movie is classic 80s cheese, but it's beautiful for it because they actually cared. Yes, it is cheesy, but it's that lovable kind of cheesy.
I wonder which came first. Beastmaster? No, okay, no. Masters of the Universe came first. Never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beastmaster 2 ripped off Masters of the Universe pretty much.
Yes, they did.
Because it was nice and cheap. Well, Star Trek did kind of the same thing. They went back to the 1980s Earth, so...
But that still had somewhat dignity and class to it, at least.
Well, that's true.
Beastmaster 2 is not really that good at all.
It had the
The
chick
first
from-
one's worth watching.
And I
Never
think
saw it. Never saw the third one, so I can't comment.
there was the third one.
You didn't miss much.
I know they made that in the mid-90s when the actor was getting a bit old for the character.
Crap. Well, there's got to be a Beastmaster 6 now.
Had to hire a new cast.
Oh, wait, is the guy dead?
No, it's just there's no way he's gonna play that role again.
You never know. You never know these days.
I don't know. Yeah, Mark Singer's 72, so...
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he's never gonna play that role again.
And
That
speaking of
they would
people
end up remaking the franchise if they
Although
were...
that said, Mark Singer, I could have a good role for him. Have it start out exactly as a Princess Bride. Have him telling his son or his daughter a story, just cold open of him sitting bedside with a storybook.
Crap. That could potentially work, but they won't do it. I think that's probably what's going to happen with the Picard series. I highly doubt they're going to let Patrick Stewart do much of anything. I just get the feeling that what we're going to get from Picard is he'll be in the first episode and then die. Or,
Well, it's
barring...
not a Bethesda production.
Well, but it is a CBS production, so I get the feeling they're going to kill him off Or JJM, a younger, hipper, hotter Picard.
No, if they're gonna J.J. Abrams this, then they're gonna have to go with the STD universe, the Abrams verse, which I pray they don't do.
Yeah, it's like, can't help but say, like, yeah, I dare them to do that. You know the backlash that would happen?
I just don't think they're going to care that much.
I think they will. I heard they're actually in a lot of financial trouble. They're really hoping that the Picard series gets viewers because they can't sell merchandising or anything. Netflix dropped them, and so
And CBS All Access is a flop.
Well, after what they've done so far, I just kind of get the feeling that it's going to be a young, hip Picard. Or...
Well,
I don't know.
the good thing about it is you can check it out, and if it sucks, then, well, always watch the original and life goes on, I guess.
Speaking of which, I did rewatch a couple of TNG episodes over the past week. Parallels and Relics.
Did you hear what they did to Discovery?
No.
It's not a prequel series anymore.
Oh, it's not?
I guess at the spoilers, but who cares? I guess they time travel like 1,000 years in the future or something like that.
Oh.
No, they're still under a lawsuit right now.
So wait, 1,000 years in the future. And what? That's why the Klingons look like that? They like super evolved or something?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I heard they explained something, some kind of time travel mechanism, which is the reason why things are altered the way they are. We'll see.
Oh man, that I can smell the whiff of bullshittiness.
Oh, that's already been thoroughly tainted all the way through this. It's permeated through. That said, CBS, Paramount are currently in a lawsuit with the creator of the video game Tardigrades for plagiarism.
Oh yeah, I actually mentioned that today at work.
Of course, it would be nice if Trek could quit with the time travel and Borg stuff.
I know.
Time travel, you have to be really careful with. Don't overuse it. Borg, yet again, don't overuse it. It's
Because
Discovery bad.
Yeah, Discovery also gives an origin story to the Borg. Apparently,
We've already had 2 origin stories for the Borg.
oh, I
And
know.
then the game Star Trek Legacy also had another one where they were a product of Vulcans. So,
Versus product of humans and product of Vulcans, and it was just that random fucking space AI.
But last I heard, season 3 hasn't even gone into production yet. So, like,
I
they're
don't
really
think
having a
it
lot of
will.
trouble. Yeah.
I think they're
So if
finally
Picard can't win people over, then they're doomed.
oh my. Yes, STD really is that bad. I'll give you...
Yeah,
okay,
all the burning and itching. It's not good.
let's see. Do I like Mega Man? If yes, prefer classic Mega Man or Mega Man X. Okay, I'll be perfectly honest. I don't really have a preference for either one. I've played them, but I'm not really a fan. Let's see here. Slender Man movie. I have not seen that.
Why'd they even try to do another prequel anyways? I don't know.
But, yeah, STD really is that bad. I've mentioned it in other streams, but I'll mention it again. So, Star Trek has always had bad science. Let's just be reasonable here. Watching Star Trek, watching the TNG episode Parallels, it's like, well, Worf went through, like, this, time rift, and now there's multiple Worfs, and it's like, okay, that sounds like bullshit, but we don't care. We want to see multiple Worfs. So, that's fine. But there are times when, like, people really should know that the speed of light is the speed of light. I mean, you would think that people would know that the speed of light...
Photon torpedoes.
Wait, what?
That you cannot fire the photon torpedoes.
Wait, why can't you fire photon torpedoes?
Why does God need a starship?
Photons. Light.
Oh,
Congratulations. Okay. Firing the photon torpedoes just means you're turning on the headlights.
Oh, well, sometimes you gotta ignore that too, but what I mean is like, there's a scene in STD. It's like a different kind of photon. It's like an explodey photon. We'll just call it that. Okay?
It's actually a torpedo that uses a photonic device as a marker, and basically like a tracer.
You know what's really weird is apparently there's some legal clause where they have to make everything 25% different or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a rumor, if that's really
So
real.
you can get away with that if you do it in the future, you know. But like you're doing a prequel and you have to maintain that rule set. That just seems very
It was
headache
never a
inducing.
prequel.
No, it's not. They already revealed it wasn't later on in season 2 apparently.
Even before they did their whole, we're gonna retcon it. No, they tried to treat it like a prequel, and it was never a prequel because you had a freaking Gorn skeleton in the first freaking episode.
So
I mean,
even that's
the
not the
Picard
biggest.
series could get away with that because it's in the future and they can update the suits and stuff because it's years later.
Oh, there's the ladder. Okay. See, that can work, but not only that, but it's like if they just try to get characters that people care about, but even ignoring the bad characters, like some of the science is really bad. Like, okay, photon torpedo, like it's a photonic explosive. That doesn't make any sense, but how many people even know what a photon even is? My problem with STD is like the science is so bad, even somebody who knows nothing about science knows that it's stupid. The biggest case in point is in like the first episode. The first fucking episode. What do you have? The Klingon light ship. It is literally a ship that somehow shoots magic light. It's light that goes faster than light. I'm not even joking. It's like
It gets even worse and more insulting. Sonar in space.
Well, okay, here's the problem with that. Like, that is a common issue that's brought up, but that's not bad enough though. It's like that's dumb, but it's multiple layers of dumb. Why would having one planet in one region of space shooting out the space sonar make a difference at all? It's like it's one tiny planet. Unless that space sonar is going faster than light, it doesn't matter. So like
The fact that sound doesn't travel in a vacuum.
well, there's that too, but just from a logistical perspective, like if it was a magic sound, it's magic space sound. It creates
It
its
does
own,
travel in a vacuum? Radio waves.
but like radio's boring. But that being said, there's other stupid things too that don't make any logical sense, or even illogical sense. The space whales, I've mentioned this a lot too, but I'll mention it again. The space whales that aren't being hunted to extinction for their hide or to like make spacecraft out of. No. They just are eating too much that they forget to mate. I did not make that up, by the way. I don't know what...
The fact that the whole episode's premise is, it's an endangered species and it's sick, but it exists in an area that has no atmosphere. Let's take it in atmosphere on our ship.
Yeah,
Not knowing what that would do to the animal.
Well, there's that. And that
Could cause
episode...
explosive compression. Which would be hilarious, but wouldn't make for a very good episode.
Well, it also doesn't make for a very good episode in that you have Mudd become a mass murderer.
Multiple time mass murderer here. He has the entire kill count of the ship 7 times over, at least.
So, how many people are on that goddamn ship anyway?
There's at least 1,000 people on that ship, so we're talking... I say 7 times over at least. I'm being very, very conservative here, because it's a time loop.
I actually know how many loops there are. I'm that much of a...
Bless you. Get tight.
You gotta come up with another... Oh, wait, no, you don't.
I was about to say, I was like, please don't, I'm out of things to say.
You got lucky. He kills the entire crew of the ship 52 times.
Congratulations. That puts him right up there with the H guy. You know, the one who wrote Mein Kampf. E-chair.
Wait, Hillary Clinton? I mean, never mind.
He surpassed Hillary Clinton, so that's one thing he can one feather he can stick in his cap.
Okay, so that's good. Did you want to
But
be...
still, it's Mudd. Mudd was never a murderer.
And that episode also ends with him just like, well, now he's got to live with his ex-wife. Ha, ha, ha. So, yeah.
SJWs cannot be trusted to write anything, and their idea of punishment is sorely lacking. Then again, their moral character is sorely lacking.
Yeah, pretty much. Check the chat. Get some reservations for what? Oh, Alien for the 40th anniversary. I've actually seen that film in theaters twice.
Apparently, the stream title is off. And Shadow, if you're watching, originally this was Doom 3. He finished it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-edit the Doom 3 part and just release it as its own, so it's not too confusing. Yeah, I forgot that's gonna say that now. God damn it. Let's see, what time is it? 1:05? Yeah, I guess I'll go for another, like, 20 minutes. And then go... Oh, why must my phone constantly chirp at me? And thankfully it's not.
Is you're a wild and crazy guy?
I guess. No, maybe the wild part. I don't know about the crazy anymore. Alright. It'd be nice if I had some ammo. That'd be nice. Try to be punny. Princess Bride, the special of... the special edition of Doom 3 did come with Doom 1 and 2. However, I don't have the special edition of Doom 3. I have the special edition box, but the game disc is of the base release. Just give ammo. Just fucking vaporize them with the fucking plasma. Let's see here. Got a few videos in the classic Doom games. But yeah, Alien, when it was re-released to theaters in 2004, I watched it, and it was quite good back then. And it also had a teaser trailer for AVP1. And I was like, finally, I can't wait to see... Oh. Paul W.S. Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. He can make one good movie... Well, two good movies. Well, no, one good movie and one movie that's a movie. But that AVP thing was... It depends on my mood. Right now, I would say it's worse than AVPR, but both are particularly terrible. For those who haven't seen No, go on.
I just don't understand Hollywood's need to be different. We had, for Aliens, the sequel to it, we already had the script, Aliens Earth 5. For AVP, we already had the script for that. Story of Dashandi. That's it. Just roll with that.
But they can't because, reasons? It really is quite hilarious how you go from, like, okay, the Predators love the heat. That's been established in 2 movies. Let's set it in Antarctica. Why? Because that makes perfect sense, you know? If I like the heat, I'm going to go to literally the coldest place on Earth because...
Reasons. Not even reasons.
Yes, I did complain about STD again. So what is Xandronum and Skulltag? Z-Doom, but not... Xandronum... Well, Skulltag became Xandronum. That's just a source port for, Doom. Terminator Dark Fate looks like it's gonna be crap compared to Rambo 5. I've not seen the Rambo 5 trailer yet. But...
Yeah, the Rambo 5 trailer looks alright. I'd give it a watch. Dark Fate, nope. Just nope. All my nope.
Oh, what have they done with Dark... I have not seen the trailer for that because I didn't care.
What have they done? Simple. Quote unquote, the future is female.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
But wait, it's got Schwarzenegger in it. They can't be that bad.
Well, he's becoming a female Terminator. Duh.
You know, I'm hoping that's a joke, but I'm
So
betting
he's becoming a transformer. I'll see my way out. Get my coat.
Never mind. Actually, technically, you could say that like the TX is kind of that because she did masquerade as a guy now and again.
Well, so was the T-1000 at that point.
Oh my God, Robert Patrick's Trent. Oh, wait, never mind.
Robert Patrick's still Robert Patrick. He's still pretty darn cool.
Yes, we'll always remember him in his best role ever, the Shadow Warrior in Double Dragon, or the movie. Yes.
Oh, you could have brought up the X-Files.
Well, he was actually one of the better.
Surprisingly good in the X-Files.
Yeah, I was making a joke about the Double Dragon movie.
which I have not seen, but I suppose I should watch at some point.
Double Dragon movie? No, don't.
Oh, it's not any good.
It's not good. It's funny. It's just not good.
I mean, I guess it's almost like a spiritual sequel to the Mario Brothers movie. Not really.
Mario.
Well, they're both kind of weird future. Dystopian, kind of.
Well, with the success of Detective Pikachu, which I assume it was successful, I've not actually seen it yet either, just because I haven't had time to actually go to an actual theater, but I wonder if there will actually be one of those weird live-action-ish kind of things.
You know, but Nintendo is finally finding out that what the NPCs hate, and apparently it's font color choices.
Oh god, no. What?
I wish I were making that
wait.
up. They are literally upset over the color of the font.
How? Why?
I don't know.
Oh wait, it was the Shadow Boss in Double Dragon, not the Shadow Warrior. My bad.
Oh yeah, I remember that Double Dragon animated series. I don't know
Oh
if
god.
That was terrible. I'll
They have
watch the live
superpowers.
action. I'll watch the live action any day of the week compared to that animated crap.
The only good thing was the intro song.
No, not even that. That's not a good song. That's an earworm.
Fight for the things.
I will end you.
The only thing I remember is the Might and Right were the Double Dragons or something like that.
I will end you both with a pommel.
Not my brain.
Dude.
Oh, I'm not aiming for that.
Oh god, no. But yeah. Wait, what is this? He gets like... Oh, it's like the Halo pistol.
Oh, the Double Dragons. Dude. They had a freaking dragon car or something.
The dragon car. The Dragon Mobiles. That's almost as bad. I think there was like an animated series for the what was that? Mortal Kombat. The Defenders of the Universe or something.
Yes, it's like a violent game meant for teenagers and above, and let's market it to kids. 'Cause,
They
you
actually
know,
had a cartoon series, though.
For Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that vaguely. Didn't they have like some kind of Double Dragon? Not Double Dragon. Mortal Kombat airplanes or some shit like that.
I don't know, but
Because
there's a lot of Double
marketing.
Dragon going on today. Oh, their car is called the Double Dragon Cruiser, ages 4 and up, with 3 hidden weapons, secret rocket launcher,
The sad part
ninja
is-
disc shooter, and secret... Huh? What?
as goofy and stupid as it is, very 90s, they missed out on the ultimate pun. You mean to tell me they got a car and you didn't call it the Dragon Wagon? Come on, man.
Okay, that would be hilarious. Or, what would be even worse, the Dragster.
You gotta see the
Oh,
artwork.
that's very 90s.
Let's see here. Animated series for Street Fighter. I remember that somewhat. What do I do with the no sound problem in GZ Doom? I think you have to have OpenAL installed. Because if you don't have that, well, actually, if you don't have OpenAL installed, I think the thing crashes. So I don't know why you'd be getting that issue. Let me see here. Rambo
which is
Force
better?
of Freedom. I remember that.
Oh, that
Which
was
is-
horrible.
Which is
I
better?
remember seeing that before going to school every freaking day.
So, which is better, the Mario Brothers movie or the Double Dragon movie?
Ooh. That's like saying, do you like being punched in the stomach or kicked in the groin?
I think I'll have to go with Punch in the Stomach and probably say the Mario Brothers movie.
I'd actually say the Double Dragon movie sounds like it's not quite as bad as the Mario Brothers movie because I've seen
Oh, both are bad. I'm gonna rate it as equal.
I haven't seen the Mario Brothers movie since I was like in elementary.
that. I saw it once, probably around that same time as well.
There's a fan edit that I might watch, but I got other stuff to do first.
Yeah, you know, it's like, why would you want to watch the Super Mario Brothers film? Mario Brothers has not had a very good film or even TV adaptation.
It is a batshit insane concept for sure.
Well, you know, is it really that crazy in the context of a game, though? You know, you eat a fucking marshmallow and you become, you know.
Super Mario Brothers, the movie, the video game.
Honestly, even in Japan, Mario has not been given a good movie treatment. There's no real anime for it. And really, that's the best you could hope for, is just make an anime.
Basically just make him an Inuyasha clone, right?
No, not even that. You could literally just make a paced anime. I mean, you're gonna have to go dig through all the lore of this, the stories, like Bowser wanting to marry Peach and that whole thing, and then just go with. You really want anime? Make it a series. Super Mario RPG. It'll be a short series, but it'll be a continuous story, an actual series. 3 acts, proper story. There you go.
And yet, it still sounds like it'd be horribly cringy. Okay. Dragon Jet and Defenders of the Realm. That name sounds familiar.
That's the name for the animated Mortal Kombat cartoon.
Okay. Favorite quote of all time. Say, did you know that Jax was the fattest kid in school? Didn't see that coming. Luke Perry is Sub-Zero. Brian Tachi, I have no idea who that is Liu Kang. Clancy Brown is Raiden. Clancy Brown.
Skeptical Rowan, this is Doom Tribute.
Well, I can actually play without looking at the screen because I'm looking at my second monitor. So I'm still looking at the screen, just not the main one. Crap. Yeah, this Doom Tribute is not bad. I'd like to be able to use, Project Brutality, but this is one of those mods that doesn't let you do that.
Well, you can still use Ketchup and other mods. There's no Project Brutality.
Yeah, it's like, 'cause the weapons aren't that bad in this, but it'd be nice if I had... Oh, I got the BFG. See, it's like, I'd like to have the modern BFG, or the Project Brutality one.
So...
Hey, you cut out there, Rich.
No, kidding. As a kid, cartoon series.
Yeah, you keep cutting out. I think your headset might be dying.
Duh.
See, that's why you need to use wired, like me.
Eventually I'm going to need to get a new mic, but that's going to have to wait.
Let's see, do I have the key for that? Yes, I do. I kind of...
Hello?
Holy crap, that is not fair! That is not fair at all!
Am I still cutting out?
No.
No, you're fine.
Oh, then I can finish my song Terrain. To beat a devil dragon. No, I'm kidding.
I will find you. I will kill you.
So they also had a cartoon series of Karate Kid as well, and
yeah, thankfully that ended just about as quickly as the Chuck Norris animated series.
Chuck Norris and the Combat Commandos.
Karate Commandos.
What?
It had to have Max cringe.
Karate Commandos?
Yes.
Can that be a live action movie?
Sure, why not?
Karate Commandos? What is that?
1980s, John. The people making the decisions weren't exactly sane.
I'm writing the live action adaptation right now.
Karate Commandos? What did they face? Like the October fucking jujitsu Spetsnaz or something?
They're called
the forces of Super Ninja.
They're called KC for short.
And no, I'm not kidding about the Super Ninja part. That is actually one of their main villains.
Super Ninja, huh?
It's as cringy and dumb as it sounds.
I'm glad I only spent 1 year in the 80s. And
Oh, burn.
And then got some plutonium. I loaded the spaceship with a rocket fuel. But anyway, that aside. Let's see. What wad is this? This is the Doom Tribute. How big is the wad? No, this is actually pretty small. The main hero and villain of the Highlander ended up playing Raiden in Mortal Kombat. I keep forgetting that Clancy Brown was in Highlander for some reason. God damn it.
It's karate and it's commandos with a K.
Yes. For maximum cringe.
Hey, that's like, that predates Mortal Kombat, so.
It's probably where Mortal Kombat got it from.
Oh, that's
This is probably like Boone's favorite animated series.
That's just painful. Oh, crap. Crap. The fucking sludge.
Those are $500 sunglasses.
You know those are fun. Okay, give me health. I don't feel like playing, like, legit today.
Oh, speaking of quality Mortal Kombat, there's a scene in...
Those are two words that are never used together.
There's a scene in Annihilation when the scene where it's like Jack, Sonya, and Cyrax or whatever, and like when Sonya's fighting those henchmen, if you look, there's this part where if you look in the back, you can see like Cyrax and Jax. They're doing the most limp kick and punches ever. It's almost like they don't know they're being filmed. It's hilarious.
So you're saying it's like every Hulk Hogan match ever.
It's like that movie is like the gift that keeps on giving. It's so craptacular.
You know, the
Or there's
DVD...
Huh?
The DVD had a jump to a fight feature.
Yep.
You willed a simply dead.
Or the scene where Raiden's fighting the, I don't know, reptiles. And they're all looking like they're playing like peekaboo behind those small pillars.
You know, I think that they did that on purpose, I think.
And then he becomes a stunt double.
Oh, why wouldn't he? He's
What,
Magical power.
which I believe was, Ray... Well, I don't want to butcher his name.
Ray Park.
Yeah, Ray Park. Yeah, Ray Park.
How do you butcher Park?
No, I was trying to make sure.
Ray Parkour. Actually, I've met Ray Park. He's actually pretty awesome.
Shit.
I was trying to make sure I got his last name right. Jeez.
It's
Not Ray
Park. There's 3 letters. Well, not 3 letters. 4 letters.
4.
I'm math good. Especially after having to get up at 4:45 in the morning.
It's like they couldn't have just attached a wig to his head for the stunts. They had to make Raiden have short hair.
Well, Ray gets the short end of the stick a lot.
He actually did pretty good as Darth Maul if they gave him more lines than, like 3. Although what lines they did give him, he actually performed quite... Actually, no, did he get dubbed? I think he got dubbed. I think.
Oh, someone brought up Brian Thompson. Yeah, I met him at the con I went to. His assistant was like, "Did you know he has the world record for the widest tongue?" And like shows the picture. Like, oh. So then like all I'm doing is staring at his mouth. And I'm like, damn it. Laundry day, nothing clean, right?
Incidentally, the only long-tongued individual that I care about is...
Not long, wide.
Oh. The widest tongue? Is that even
Yes.
really good? Or would that make, like, everything difficult?
Well, if he's got to send a lot of letters, he can do it pretty quick. Just grab the whole thing of stamps.
Well, Rain wins the internet for the day.
Alright, and
No,
boom.
if you look at the shape of his mouth, I don't know. I couldn't help but think, like, is it because his tongue is so wide?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the wide tongue announcement for today.
Like I say, if he's ever got to ship a lot of letters, postage is easy for him.
Oh, we gotta get these letters quick. What do we do? Call Brian Thompson.
Although, I will say this. The only person with a long tongue that I would think of is a actress whose name shall not be spoken. Or maybe it can be spoken, because YouTube won't take that down.
But if you're just mentioning the actress, then no, it doesn't matter.
Oh, and it is such a, shall we say, adult name of Larkin Love. Although, actually, I
That actually is a good choice for a stage name, to be fair.
Well, the big problem is some of those actresses like to make very, shall we say, strange videos. So this person, despite being fairly attractive, yeah, maybe 3 good videos? Maybe? All I can say is search with caution, because there's some pretty, shall we say, questionable content from this person. That's all I'm gonna say. Although, this actress also is pretty clever by getting, like, this eye-catching tattoo on her stomach. So, yeah, if she gains some weight, nobody's gonna notice, because, ocular things.
Oh, so he broke the record last year in July, 8.88 centimeters.
I'm gonna resist so many non-PG jokes. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Power station.
No, I swear it's so wide. Like
I was deep
the
in
cheeks on the side of his mouth bow out because of it.
Oh, God,
And I
no.
couldn't stop staring.
The less we think about that guy's cheeks, the better. Okay, I'm just saying.
Unless that's your thing, in which case there's nothing wrong with that.
Headphones designed for sound mixing, so they're pretty loud. Gene Simmons, yeah, there's that guy. If I could hear the bait, dude, get out the shit from him.
Must have respect for the actor who played Shao Kahn in the greatest tale ever told.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last level I do, just because I'm tired and need sleep. Yeah, I never really thought about tongue link, to be perfectly honest. Or with the...
I didn't need to know. Like, thanks a lot.
Well, now you know. And knowing...
And knowing is half the psychotherapy. At least the bill.
He is an actor who got killed by Arnold and Stallone, so there's that. He was in Terminator and Cobra.
Cobra! That's another 80s thing. Well, specifically the Cobra La. The Cobra La 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 chant.
Like Cobra Kai and...
Oh yeah, because if you have a Cobra, it must sound cool.
Well, in the case of Cobra with Stallone, it was because his name was Marion Cobretti.
Oh, okay. That kind of justifies it, but still. Is that even a real Italian name?
Actually, yes, it is.
It's like, what is it? Isn't he saying Cobra like you're the disease and I'm the cure or something like that?
Yes.
I probably butchered it.
No, you didn't, actually.
Oh, okay.
You're a disease. I'm a cure. I just want to go the distance. Anyway.
But we still don't know why he uses his scissors on pizza.
Wait,
It's a character quirk.
I've not
Or
actually
why
seen-
he keeps Hops number 9 and a gun cleaning kit in his fridge.
80s. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting concept, isn't it? Like, when it comes to, like, gun culture, the only gun culture we really see is contemporary, because in the 80s, stuff like that didn't really exist. The ability to show things to a mass media that actually cared. I guess maybe some of the gun magazines talked about it, but I don't think it's to the extent that we have today.
Well, the gun mags were huge in the 80s, but the thing is, they were huge with a smaller crowd.
Man, could you imagine if they would have like rewritten End of Days and just had it be like a Cobra sequel, Stallone fighting Satan?
End of days.
You
Or
know
you-
what? Screw it. We need Arnie, we need Stallone, we need to make this happen.
It's where they resurrect the Arnold Schwarzenegger character. All he does is have to just shout to the heavens, I don't know the name of the character.
Wait, so we're gonna make End of Days 2?
Yeah,
Why
End-
not?
End of
There's,
Days
there's
2.
a lot worse out there.
Is it still gonna take place on Earth, or are we just gonna like go to Mars or something?
No, it's gonna take place
Because you gotta keep it cheap.
on Earth. We'll basically have it be where there's like this ozone shield over the Earth, and Stallone's
As long
really
as there's
old.
no planet Zeist.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Are we gonna get Christopher Lambert in here?
No, but like, okay, so like, you know, Stallone's really old, right? But then he gets attacked by from the planet Mars with General Claymore. He's gonna show up, right? And so these two guys are gonna chase him down the street. An oil tanker's gonna go off, and Stallone will be young again. And then he's just gonna shout out Schwarzenegger, and Schwarzenegger will just show up again. And then they'll basically, at the end of the movie, take out the sun shield. It's brilliant. It writes itself.
You're gonna have to do the the low rent version of this, where you get half the budget and half the actors. Maybe you can get Van Damme and like Seagal or something.
Van Damme and Seagal.
Actually, you know what? I'd pay good money to see Van Damme and Seagal, and basically their version, you know, a movie-centric version of the film Clerks. Basically, them going on about how the movie set sucks, how he wasn't even supposed to be here for filming today.
Well, you'd be able to understand one of them. No,
Ghost of Mars 2. Yeah, this level is Tricks and Trap.
Ghost of Mars 2. Pluto. What?
It's not a planet.
And you gotta get Kurt.
Anymore. No, it's hell.
You gotta get Kurt Russell in that. No, what's a cheaper version of Kurt Russell at this point? His non-union Mexican equivalent.
I was gonna say, like, if you want like a good martial artist that's underappreciated, there's like Scott Adkins.
Yeah, see, I have no idea who that is.
They could do it.
Ghost of Mars 2. Yeah, you'd have to bring back the Kurt Russell equivalent. Have it be like his great-grandson.
I'm surprised they haven't made a direct-to-video Ghost of Mars 2.
See, like, a fan-made Ghost of Mars would be much funnier than what they'd come up with. Because, like, okay, you could have Ghost of Mars 2, but basically tie it into the greater Carpenter-verse.
Ghost of Mars 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh.
Shit.
I don't know. This is gonna be a stretch, but yeah, screw it. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I watched half of Electric Boogaloo the other day, and the colors burned my retina.
Well, it was
You know,
That
that
is me on
pink,
everything.
green. Whoa.
So even
You've been playing
cheating
too
this
much
is
Quake 2. You use too much brown. Actually, I should say you've been playing too much Call of Duty.
Someday we'll probably watch Electric Boogaloo because Mick Strawn was a production designer on that, and I have questions I need answers to.
Something tells me that's going to be a long stream.
A movie based on Doom by John Carpenter. I don't know. Maybe they might be able to do that.
Okay, that would be sweet if it was
awesome,
Carpenter.
but it's never gonna happen.
Maybe back in the day. Yeah, there we go.
But speaking of Kabadoobie, now here's a question: when did Modern Warfare 1 come out?
2007.
Wrong. This year, because
Oh God.
why? I ask you. Okay, we now don't even take 20 years anymore to just remake the game. Just use the first title again. So Modern Warfare is coming out, and it's like it's the first title again. Like, I know what they're gonna say.
This is not the first time they've done this. Remember they decided to release Infinite Warfare? Yeah, they came with a rematch. If you bought limited edition, they had the remaster version of Modern Warfare.
I did not remember that. I thought they still called it COD 4. It's just they're so afraid of like numbers now. It's like we can't call it, Call of Duty 5 or Modern Warfare 4. Why not call it Modern Warfare 4?
Fear of numbers.
Well, they are. It's like they can't call it Star Trek, reboot. Well, they can't really call it that, but you get what I mean. Like some kind of title.
Capcom used to have a fear of numbers. I mean, they wouldn't do anything past 3, and now that seems to go to Valve, where
Star Trek does boot.
There's not sound in space. They got special space sound sensors.
And yes, Modern Warfare.
So if we're gonna get random action sequels, should Schwarzenegger do Commando 2?
What's kind of funny is Commando 2.
Bennett, you're alive.
Actually,
Did you really
there's
think
a
a pipe
simple
would kill
solution.
me?
There's a simple solution to Commando 2. Turns out his daughter went into the military. Turns out his daughter is very much like him. Badass.
You know that might actually work.
And Bennett had a son somehow.
No, Bennett's alive. A pipe isn't gonna kill Bennett.
He just shows up, steam pouring from it. It's like, yeah, I still gotta deal with this crap. Thanks, Matrix.
Yeah, this is the Commando universe, not the Crank universe. There's slight differences. He just has like a giant scar on his chest.
You thought that killed me? That's not a pipe. This is a pipe.
Pulls out a bong. What am I saying? Dude. He got himself turned into a bong.
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of Crocodile Dundee, I don't know, maybe we need to review that at some point. Because Crocodile Dundee is something that is purely 80s that no one really remembers.
Oh, the last one didn't come out in the 80s and bombed hard.
Yeah, 2002. What was that? Lost in
It's
LA.
weird because Paul Hogan just kind of disappeared.
I guess he got sick of the whole Hollywood
Paul
thing.
Hogan's the smart thing.
The Australians beat him up for being.
But
Actually, no. Most of my Australian friends don't mind Paul Hogan. They realize that, hey, he cashed in, and he got GTFO'd out of Hollywood right when the getting was good.
But see, I don't know why they would dislike the Crocodile Dundee movies. Because, like, okay, let's say you're Australian, right? Would you rather just be completely obscure and nobody know what you are? Or would you rather be, you know, kind of represented by what is basically a magical, you know, backwoods shaman kind of guy that can talk to animals and has a big-ass knife? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, they don't like being represented like, oh, well, all Australians are bogans, and they don't like that. But that being said, not many of them I know really dislike Paul Hogan.
Whoa, Paul Hogan's old as fuck.
Well, yeah, he wasn't exactly a spring chicken when he was in those movies.
He might be, yeah, if they make another sequel, he might be too old. He's almost 80.
But yeah, it's like, then again,
Alright, keep me back!
how many people even thought of Australia before that guy? And so, like, I would rather it be where people would think, like, oh, can you, like, talk to animals if you carry a big knife? Maybe
They did a joke trailer for a remake, and everyone thought it wasn't going to be real.
Oh, they did? Did it have Paul Hogan?
No, it was just, who was it? Oh, I forgot the guy's name. It's like the guy who like wrote the new Halloween movie.
Oh, that guy.
Who usually he does comedy. It's
That's kind of a
Danny
departure.
Bride. That's just. Yeah.
But yeah, the Crocodile Dundee movies. I haven't seen the third one, but I saw the first and second one. The first one's pretty good. The second one, okay. You gotta remember the 1980s. We had the Cobra Commandos, or whatever the fuck that was called. Or the Chuck
The
Commandos.
KK.
KK? Oh. Let's see, where was I? But yeah, he had to fight drug dealers because that was a popular plot in the 80s. So we go from random Australian guy comes to New York, for who knows why, to he's got to fight New York drug dealers because why not? He's got a big ass knife. I
The
mean,
classic Cobra Commanders. So with K.
okay, you know what's kind of funny about I Was Frozen Today? Suburban Commando is yet another one of those 80s cash-in. Or was that early 90s?
It was early 90s.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan shouldn't have acted.
All of Hulk Hogan's movies are cash-in movies. Make no mistake.
Yet he never got to play the Incredible Hulk.
That's because Terry licenses his name from Marvel Comics.
Yeah, what is his real name anyway?
His real name is Terry.
Oh. That's not the most epic name there ever was.
Well, his gimmick was also stolen too.
See, I don't know anything really about wrestling, so it's like, I don't know, like, do people like Hulk Hogan, as the Ultimate Warrior would say, or did they dislike him?
Depends. Ultimate Warrior didn't like Hogan, and because of Hogan had complete control over his booking, Macho Man Randy Savage kind of soured on him because Hulk Hogan kind of turned out to be a jerk at times, but they eventually apologized to each other, so that's not so bad.
Although I do know of a rap that Macho Man Randy Savage did.
Be a man, Hulk!
Yeah, it's actually kind of catchy, to be honest.
Buy my meat sticks.
Snap it to a Slim Jim, oh yeah.
But I actually was kind of since even though I never watched wrestling, I still kind of liked him just from like his little media appearances. And
Isn't a Slim Jim a thing you also use to like get in your car?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. You get really high, you try using a Slim Jim meat stick to get in a car.
Why isn't this working, man? I suppose it beats eating the lock popping tool. Yeah, this is really crunchy. Metal all in the face.
Some blood all over your mouth. Get arrested.
Although I don't really know what a meat stick is in terms of like a car, though. Unless you're talking about that little steering wheel like thing.
A Slim Jim is a lockpick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a thin metal rod you slide underneath the car to pop lock up.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I was thinking you were talking about like those, talking about 90s and 80s stuff. They used to have this little thing, this little red thing, like you could stretch over the steering wheel so people couldn't steal your car.
Oh. Yeah, those don't work.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So I wondered why they weren't...
They worked for a couple of months, then people realized, hey, wait, I could pop this lock pretty easy.
So, yeah. Actually, it also reminds me of something completely unrelated. Well, somewhat related to that. There was the RoboCop 2 ad for, like, the electroshock thing for the car. I remember when I was a kid, I thought that was real for some reason.
Actually, kind of is, but it's not really marketed that much. Now, the weirdest one I've seen is back in the early aughts, and this is a dumb idea, this is an incredibly stupid idea. There was actually a system being developed in Germany that if you tried to steal the car, there's little nozzles right by the door. If it detected you were trying to steal it, it would basically turn the car into a flamethrower.
Yeah, I don't... That seems like that would be more trouble than it's worth.
God, I remember
It was.
back in the day, there was a website, it was like, use flash animation, I think it was called Stick Death, and they had a lot of videos on, like, car theft stuff. Anybody remember those?
A little bit.
I don't recall. And I was not talking about Derek Savage. I'm not really sure who that even is. RoboCop 2. You know, RoboCop 2 is a film that I didn't like and still don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the original was better. The second one's not bad, but the original was just... I'll take the biting satire of one.
See, the big problem with RoboCop 2 is it just feels like it is a grand total of nothing. It does not advance the concept of the robot cop. And, you know, they reset, you know, Murphy's character from Murphy to he's just a robot again. He's a super
Well, that
cop.
could have been OCP, too.
Yeah, but, like, why would he let him do that, you know?
Damn firmware updates. The worst of Microsoft.
I like RoboCop 2, but yeah, of course it's not as good as the first one, but it's not RoboCop 3.
Oh yeah, it's small blessings, my friend. Small blessings.
And the stop motion fight at the end is incredible. So,
Oh yeah, the prop work.
and when they reprogram him and he's trying to be all like proper and stuff, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that
Thank
holds
you.
up decently enough, but still, though, I just did not like that film, like, at all. Oh.
Also, I think the whole concept of nuke actually works today in this whole opioid epidemic we have.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Why did you leave Classic Game Room back in the day? I actually didn't. Just leave. I didn't. Well, actually, I did leave it. What am I saying? I thought. For some reason, I was thinking like, oh yeah, it shut down before I left. But no, I left it just because I didn't have as much creative freedom as I'd like.
And it's best you did because CDR Undertow went bye-bye.
Yeah.
And the kid that played the drug lord did a good job too. I don't know. I can't hate RoboCop 2.
I don't hate it. I'm just not
Yeah.
a huge fan of it. I love the designs, and I like some of the ideas.
Oh, the scene of the
overall,
failed
it's working.
RoboCop 2s is also great. Especially when it pulls off his head and it's just a skull. Presenting RoboCop 2.
But you gotta ask, like, why were they so stupid to design it like that?
Oh, the first one, the suicidal siren one, was the one that got
Yeah.
me.
I mean, really, though, it's like, what's the point of... It's like they were deliberately trying to make the creepiest things ever.
For insulting RoboCop 2, you have to watch all of RoboCop Prime Directives now.
I already did
That's
back when they came out.
Right.
Oh no.
And I can tell you, the guy they got playing RoboCop in that, I guess I should keep playing this even though I'm tired. The guy that had playing RoboCop in that was just terrible. I mean, he was so small compared to everyone. It's like Midget Cop. It's Dwarf Cop. I mean, RoboCop's supposed to be this big, badass robot, and this guy's like 5'4".
Okay, if
Okay.
I'm taller than he is, there's a problem.
Also,
Yeah.
you're complaining about like the doobie decisions of OCP and RoboCop 2, but it's like, remember Prime Directives when RoboCop and RoboCable are shooting each other with guns, but they're both bulletproof?
Yeah, they're not
Pointless, blank.
Robo-Cable. See, that's the saddest part. It's like, that was the first time we got to see Cable, right?
Played by that guy who was also in Cube.
You know, your film is, Well, let's see. What came out of Cube? We got the guy that played Robo-Cable and Rodney McKay from Stargate. Oh yeah, one of these days, if ever I review Stargate episodes, Rodney McKay does not make any sense. For those who don't know who that character is, he's basically just a generic science character. But he's massively, like, sexist towards, legitimately, not like the SJW kind,
Not the, yeah.
towards like, Samantha Carter, one of the major characters.
He's annoyingly sick,
It doesn't make any
which
sense,
makes
though.
no sense because Carter's a badass.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, okay, he's like, what, in his 20s? How would he even have seen that growing up to even get that to get that mindset? But also, he's supposed to be Canadian, so isn't he supposed to be polite?
Oh,
Yeah.
Canadians can be vicious too. Make no mistake. You piss off a proper Canadian, not the SJW Canadian style, and you're going to get the most vicious, underhanded, backhanded, quote-unquote, compliments you'll ever get. And it's a sly kind of vicious.
Well, see, now I just can't think of... I can just think of, like, okay, wouldn't Rodney McKay get Me Too'd, though?
Oh, no. Carter would kick his ass.
I still think... I'd actually prefer that to him being Me Too'd, but it'd still be funny, though, if he got Me Too'd as well.
That's what I don't get about him, giving Carter such crap. It's like, do you not realize who you are being a total, dill hole to? I mean, this woman's so crap.
But then again, he had to be somewhat villainous, I suppose, at the beginning. Although one fanfic I read actually made him somewhat less annoying. Although it basically just turned him into a pill popper, but still. And yes, that fanfic, I did review it. It's that XSG-com thing. Basically, in order to become even smarter, he basically pops, like, performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, yeah! I never mentioned that in that review, did I? All the XCOM people in that particular fanfic are all on, like, steroids and everything to better fight the sectoids. Oops.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, because number one, roid rage is, it's a real thing, and number two, you are throwing your hormonal system all out of whack. I mean, dangerously so.
I think they're probably supposed to be futuristic space drugs, but still. I found that kind of hilarious.
Like come in peace.
Oh, my arm hurts.
Useless.
Instead of rebooting both Terminator and RoboCop and eventually a RoboCop versus Terminator, yeah, there was supposed to be one, like in the early 90s, but evidently nobody wanted to direct. I mean, it could have worked.
Don't you know they're
comic worked
making
well.
yet another RoboCop 2?
RoboCop 2 X2.
See, how many timelines does RoboCop have? What?
RoboCop 2
Let's see.
X2.
You got the
I think-
movies, you got the comic, you got the TV series. You got RoboCop versus Terminator comic, and then you have the reboots. That's 5 different timelines, not counting the latter day movies, which are made for TV quality.
But supposedly the new one they're working on, they're trying to get Peter Weller to do the voice, and they might just like CG his face on the suit or something.
Oh my god.
As horrible as it sounds, if they go ahead and they actually give a good proper 3D scan of Weller's face, it could be done pretty well, but you're gonna have to pay real close attention to every shot. I would not envy the people working on the FX for that.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be most unpleasant. But we've been going for almost 2 hours and I'm tired. So that is yet another live stream. It went by fast though, which is always good. Check the chat one more time. Still work today. Hard art 80 style. Yes. So in any event, I'm General Lotz. And
I'm that other guy. You know who we are.
we'll catch
Or
you
do you?
next week.